Hello, everybody. Welcome to the last session of this DrupalCon, if you don't count the close ceremony, of course. And I hope you all are well, and I hope you have enjoyed the DrupalCon and itself and the city. Okay. So my name is Julian Valero. I'm a tech lead at Iberus. Do you know Iberus? Okay. Iberus is a hyper-specialized global IT company with more than 3,300 employees and more than 30 locations all around the world. Our headquarters are here in Spain, in a wonderful city called Zaragoza, that is 300 kilometers from here. And I recommend you, if you are planning to stay more days in Spain, to visit this city, because it's simply wonderful, as I said. I have more than 15 years of experience working with Drupal. My first Drupal site was created with the first version of Drupal 6. And I'm talking about Drupal. I'm an Akia certified developer, and I have a master's in Drupal 9 from Forcontu, that is a Spanish training company specialized in Drupal. I'm passionate about Drupal, and I use every opportunity that I have to talk about it. And in addition to my role as a tech lead at Iberus, I'm a programmer teacher in a private university here in Spain, and I try to attract young talent not only to programming but also to Drupal, because, as you know, we need young talent in the Drupal community. I'm sure that all of you are familiar with the migrate module, because this session is about migrations. But I'm not going to talk about migrate, the migrate module, or at least not directly. I'm not going to focus on it, because the idea is to introduce you the process we are using at my company to automate as much as possible the migration from a Drupal 7 site to a new Drupal 1. When I prepare these slides, the idea was I was talking to migrate to Drupal 10, but today this process can also be done for Drupal 11. I will explain later. Stay with me the next minutes, and I'll show you the whole process. It's time to migrate to Drupal 7. Okay, why is this important? As you know, Drupal 7, the end of life for Drupal 7 is getting closer and closer. Specifically, on January the 5th of the next year, coinciding with the 14th anniversary of the creation of the release of the first version of Drupal 7. According to data from Drupal.org, as date of September 2024, this month, there are more than 200,000 sites created with the Drupal 7 version of Drupal core. This is a big amount of sites, and is by far the most widely used version of Drupal core today. Okay, this if we saw the figure, this number is decreasing, and the trend is to decrease month by month, but the speed is not enough. Site owner or site developers, more site owners than site developers, I think, must realize that it's time to migrate. They are late, and it's mandatory to migrate to a new version of Drupal as soon as possible. we have different options talking about migrations. We can make a manual migration, copy content from one site to other by hand. We can use the migrate module, of course, and only the migrate, but usually with all the companions one, migrate Drupal, migrate plus, migrate tools, so on. Of course, we can use the AI. We have to talk about AI today because it's a must one on every session, I think. There is a module called AI Interpolator that defines a workflow that allows to migrate content from one site to other. This module is being integrated to the new or no, to the existing AU ecosystem. It will not be released as a standalone module. And we saw in the Drupal Initiative Leaf session this morning, this is a work in progress. They have been working on it, but by today, it's not a process that can be considered finite or stable. And what is our approach? Okay. To automate the migration of a Drupal 7 site to a new Drupal site, I don't mention the destination version because it can be Drupal 10 or Drupal 11. We have defined a process that consists of different elements. At the beginning, three options. There are no contribute modules. Must mean there are projects that there's free ones that I'll go in detail to everyone just now. A new contribute module we have created, as is called Migr Wizard, and of course the special ingredients, the secret ingredient of this approach, that is our long experience working with migrations in Drupal. We have a very talented and very experienced team that is in charge of this process. Let's go to these tools. The first one, Akia MigraAccelerate. This is a tool created by Akia that they use to migrate their own sites, the existing sites in the Akia Cloud Platform. They used during a long time, and when they finished their internal processes, they decided to release as an open source tool on September 2023. From then, everybody is free to use it. This project allows the existing the developer to create a project base from the existing Drupal 7 site with a skeleton for the project and a composer.json file with the existing modules in the Drupal 7 site. The contribute modules, the custom ones, obviously, is not possible. But for the contribute modules, yes. All modules, no. Only the contribute modules that have a corresponding Drupal 9 version. If there is a Drupal 7 module in the existing project that doesn't have the corresponding version in Drupal 9, this module will not be included in the composer.json. Okay, but this allows us to include most of them. And why Drupal 9? Because when Akia released this tool, the major version of the existing of Drupal core was Drupal 9. Sorry, but once we have the project in Drupal 9, it's very easy using Composer to upgrade the project base to Drupal 10 or Drupal 11. Second tool we use as this project is a Drupal Spec tool. It's a tool also led by Akia. This tool allows to define the structure of the new site in a Google spreadsheet. In this way, we can have in this spreadsheet all the entities for the site, content types, vocabularies, medias, displays for views, menus, so on. Every content type with the fields. And this also allows to define behat tests. Okay, but with the entity one, the entity part is perfect. If you use this spreadsheet in a proper way and maintain it during the life cycle of the project, it's a very important technical document for the project, because it have the same structure of the site in a spreadsheet. Okay. The third tool is Entity Generate. It's a project that allows to go from the spreadsheet we had defined in the previous step to the reality. I mean, to the project we are working on, using Drush commands. With these commands, we can transfer the elements in the different tabs of the spreadsheet to the corresponding entities. Content types, vocabularies, views, medias, so on. The problem, not the problem, the status of this project is very, very hard today. It has some pending issues, and it's not totally, it doesn't totally work with the new version of Drush or Spec tool. But with a little bit of work, it can be a good work. If any one of you has time tomorrow during contribution day, it's a good opportunity to improve this version and solve the existing problems. And the last tool of the approach, of the process we have defined, is a module developed by us at Chiberus. It's Migr Wizard. This module, we have to connect both databases to this module, the existing Drupal 7 database and the destination Drupal 10 or Drupal 11 database, and allows to map every existing field of every content type from the existing site to the corresponding field in the new site. All of this in a very visual and intuitive UI. We don't need to create the migration YAML files by hand. We can do it from here. Once we have mapped all fields, we can generate all existing YAML files, and we can send them to migrate, and the migration starts automatically. And one feature for this module is that we can define the public path for the existing public files, the path for the existing public files or the Drupal 7 files, and the module can migrate these files to the media, the new media entities in the new Drupal, version. Okay, there are different ways to make migrations, and I'm sure that every one of you has a way to do it, or at least their own tips and tricks to make migration from, in this case, from Drupal 7 to a new version. In this session, I wanted to make a brief explanation of our approach in this case. I forgot to mention that this process is for the situation where you have a Drupal site, a Drupal 7 site, and want to migrate it to a new Drupal site with different structure, okay? Because I have not mentioned before, but if you have the same structure on both origin and destination sites, you can use migrate Drupal. You can use MigraAccelerate, can do it also. So This is for, I repeat, the situation where you have different destinations content types. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed these sessions. I think we have time for some questions. So don't be shy, please. To the mic, please.
Thanks for the presentation. The question is for the Migr Wizard. Is it stable, and how accurate would be this in percentage? Let's say like from 0 to 10 or to 100. How accurate that all the fields will be migrated? And
the module is stable, and we have tests with migration of hundreds of not content types, but situations, because it doesn't make the process of migration. This module generates the YAML files for the migration process. So the migration process itself delegates to migrate. That is the function.
Okay. And one more question about the connecting the database from the target and from Drupal 7 to Drupal 10 or 11. How do we do this?
We had 2 ways to do it. One is the normal one, or the existing one. You can set in the settings PHP file the other database connection. But in the last version of the module, we have created a configuration form where you can set the details of both databases. So
awesome.
We create these lines in the settings PHP automatically also in the project, so we don't need to modify this file.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Here are my contact details. If some of you have more questions or have to talk more about migration, feel free to contact me. And if you want to visit Zaragoza, please let me know, and I'll show you the city or our headquarters, as you prefer. And here are the troopers that are part of the company also. Roger. Okay. Thanks to all again. Thanks for coming.